First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is the brother Iram from James Jamaica camp coming to another quick lesson. And just thinking about the fact that, we need the kingdom and we need the old paths, and the inspiration of this lesson pretty much, came off something that I saw at my job. Jake is wicked, Jake is wicked overall. Jake is wicked towards each other, the curses. And then, you have Esau, Edom, the devil, because, with my job, it seems the man at the front or at the forefront, he seems like an Edomite, he looks Edomite, but based on what I've observed, it's an Edomite run industry. All right, so a lot of policies and a lot of things that get placed, it's pretty much an outsourcing company. So they go into lower economies, paid real cheap for labor, and treatment of workers are all messed up. Now there was this new a bunch of new people to the job. They pretty much, based on how the payment system is set up, they schedule it away where in most cases it always rounds around to the trainees working a full month before they actually get paid. Right now, with the struggles of getting a new job in some cases, or especially out here in Jamaica, most people that get a new job, it's not that they're leaving a job to a new job. Sometimes it's like flat all the way out and getting their first job. So within that first month or those first couple of weeks, it's either they're borrowing or they don't eat, or they find a way to actually they have some shit to endure, so to speak, excuse my French. Right now, after the month, it's finally time for payday. Right, on payday, everyone checking accounts, everyone around them getting paid. So like you're checking their accounts, nobody's paid. Right, everyone around them getting paid, they're not paid. All right, they speak to whosoever in charge. Hey, yo, not getting paid, what's wrong? Oh, it's an error in the system, we're gonna work on it, you'll be fine, just come to work tomorrow, you'll be good. All right, so this is a Thursday. On a Friday, hey, all day checking the accounts. Hey, we're not getting paid, we haven't gotten paid. All right, by end of day come, couldn't get it started out, we're still trying to find out what the issue is. We don't know what the issue is. So imagine you going through that for a full month, not having much expenses, your bills are up, you would have probably borrowed money from people to come to work or whatever you had to do to make it there. On top of that, if you're late, you're penalized. If you come back from breaks and lunch, you're late, you're penalized. So once you're in breach of any thing, it's a contract. You come, you follow the rules, and once you're in line, you get paid. If you break the rules, then there are certain penalties and certain things don't apply. Fine. This happens Thursday payday, no pay. Friday, no pay. So this is a weekend. Saturday I have no money. Sunday I have no money. Well, not really me, but they don't have money on Saturday, they don't have money on Sunday. So you expecting your pay and not being paid over that time period, right? 4 days after payday, you're still without a dime. Monday you come in, you say, hey, what's happening? You get another run around. It's gonna be done by the end of the day. Just keep on checking. We're trying, we don't know what the issue is. It should be there, the whole 9 yards. Tuesday comes, you show up to work, you're saying that, look, I'm not lifting another finger, or I'm not lifting another straw until my money's in my account. The reply is going to be, it makes no sense you come to work and you're not working. All right, pretty insensitive. All right, and then when you don't lift another straw, and some of them would be like, you know what, screw this, not doing this. I'm not doing another thing until I get paid. I'm going home. The remarks is, why did you come and go home? Nobody gave you permission to leave. You know, and that's a breach. So you fire those who say they're not lifting another straw until they get paid, and you fire someone who said, you know what, I'm gonna go home until I get paid, then I come back and do the work, right? And once again, Jake getting judged and all of that, but that's just wicked. And as I said, either might run industry, but then again, you have Jake, over Jake, enforcing these BS, and it had me thinking that, look, here they're going to be judged, but if we were in the kingdom, then it would be this wouldn't happen. There are there are laws concerning these type of things. you know so it is one, not that we need many reasons, but just another reasons to show that, look, this is an unrighteous society and we need to get the hell out of here. you know so this is Jeremiah 6 verse 16. It says, thus say Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Salakia, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. But they said, we will not walk therein. And that's the thing, that we already know that the unbelievers will not repent. We know that the unbelievers will not consider Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and as it says that, they said, I will not walk in. If you bring the scriptures to them, they won't, it's not destined for them to hear it, but, in the whole earthly process, they won't hear you. They'll prefer reject it. They'll probably cast it out as BS. They'll say it can't help, or, it makes no sense, or whatever excuses they come with, you know, they won't accept it. And if it's a case where the men of the Lord are on the highways and edges, no one cares, right? Verse 17 says, also, I set watchmen over you, saying, hearken to the sound of the trumpet. But they said, we will not hearken. All right. It says, therefore, hear ye nations, and know them, O congregation, what is among them. Hear, O earth, behold, I will bring evil upon this people, even the fruit of their thoughts, because they have not hearkened unto my words, nor to my law, but rejected it. And that is it. This is why, we're in the situation that we're in as a nation. We rejected the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and in this dispensation of time, you know, the majority is not taking heed, which we all know it's a part of prophecy. But speaking about the earthly process, you know, they won't take heed. But let's see what would have been the verdict in the event that you were we were under the law. This is Deuteronomy chapter 24, and I'll start at verse 14. It says, thou shalt not oppress an hired servant that is poor and needy. And I can tell you, I see these people out here, they are poor and needy, like they need this shit. Like really, really need it. When you see their backgrounds and you see some of the state that they're in, it's a really messed up situation. Right? It says, whether he be of thy brethren or of thy strangers that are in thy land within thy gates, at his day thou shalt give him his hire, neither shall the sun go down upon it, for he is poor, and setteth his heart upon it, lest he cry against thee unto the Lord, and it be sin unto thee. And that is it. These people, whether they cry to the Most High, if it's a case where the Most High, the Most High will see this and be upset, because despite Jake going off, the Lord cannot stand to see, unrighteousness. So, everybody's getting judged, and they will be judged, because you can see that, they were actually setting their heart up on it. They were patient all of 4 or 5 days, after the day that they should have gotten paid. But once again, they're not thinking about the kingdom. They're not thinking about the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. they'll do what they will, but in the event they were considering the laws of Yahweh Shem Shai, those of our people who had upheld that madness, and that wicked act, they wouldn't have done that. And on top of that, if those that were, kingdom minded, in the event that they had thoughts of the kingdom, peradventure the Lord would have maybe, lightened their burden, you know. So it's all it goes in many ways. But the point is, had they been, or had we been in the kingdom, that wouldn't be the case. And this is, one of many reasons as to why we should desire the kingdom to come. All right. Next precept is what's that? Right. Exodus 23 verse 1. It says, "Thou shalt not rise a false report. Put not thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness." And that is the thing. They're saying that, the people were wrong for doing it, and, speaking against them as if, they didn't have a right to do what they did, despite the fact that they didn't get paid. They would actually come together as one and be like, hey, they were wrong for doing that. Right? It says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment." And that's exactly what they did. They grouped up, and from the least up to the higher ups, no one spake out against it. No one, everyone was with it, and everyone was in agreement, and that was rest in judgment because they were in the wrong. They had every right not to lift another straw until they got paid as per their agreement, because it would have been a work agreement and they would have breached on their part, so that contract would have been broken. Verse 3 says, "Neither shall thou countenance a poor man in his cause." And that is the thing, they scared some of them with, saying that they'll lose their jobs, or, hinting that they'll lose their jobs, or, looking at them stern or whatever, make it seem as if them speaking up or them doing what they were doing was wrong, when really they weren't wrong. But guess what? They were pretty much, trying to, trying to let them feel like, they were the ones in the wrong. Right? Jumping down to verse 6, it says, "Thou shalt not rest the judgment of thy poor in his cause," which is what they did. Keep thee far from a false matter." And that was definitely a false matter. All right? It says, "And the innocent and righteous slay thou not," which is pretty much what they did. And I'll show you why I say that in a second. Right? It says, "For I will not justify the wicked." All right? And that's the point. They were within a false matter, and they did slay the righteous and the innocent. So therefore, they won't be justified by Yahweh Shem Yahshai, least they repent, because they can repent. But if they don't repent, then definitely, they're gonna be judged for this. All right. Let me get this final precept, right, as to why I say that they slayed the innocent. It says, where Ecclesiasticus 34 verse 21, it says, "The bread of the needy is their life. He that defrauded him thereof is a man of blood." So, they're people of blood, right? Verse 22 says, "He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayed him, and he that defrauded the labor of his hire is a bloodshedder." All right? And that's the point. That's definitely the point, because what they did was evil. It was as if they killed them, right? And they were in the right the whole time. But as we know, these are the reasons why we should show up curses on this society. These are the reasons why we should desire to, to depart and arise and depart from this society. Once again, amongst many other things, but just highlighting that, based upon this, the kingdom is way, way better than this, yo, far more than we can even imagine. But this is definitely not it. All right. So, with that, hope this was edifying. Once more, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom.